Alrighty, Thursday, June 6th. Quick session recap here. Starting off with NQ. Now, as expected and discussed, both yesterday in the session recap as well as this morning in the live stream, we were expecting and looking for that slower session. And like I said yesterday, that can materialize in a couple of different ways. You can have kind of just an oscillation, a little bit of chop within that pre-market range. You can have an inside day, or you can have a partial retracement of that expansion day move. So as always, anytime you have a big expansion bar, big trend day, right, big push like we saw yesterday, a move that is multiple ATRs, so more than one ATR. That would be the definition of an expansion day. You want to be expecting that compression session. You want to be expecting a much slower session. And to even amplify this, we do have NFP tomorrow, which only adds to that thesis and that idea that today's going to be a bit slower. And that is pretty much exactly what we saw. There were a few good trades, couple of decent opportunities. The main watch that we had for today in NQ was both that prior day high as well as that downside level of interest. I had mentioned during the pre-market prep live stream that the nearest true level of interest was the prior all-time high down there into 19,025. A couple of bounces versus that level looked really good today. And know a few of you in the Traders Think Tank caught those trades, so well done if you caught those. If you stayed out of trouble today, avoided most of the chop, then that is a job well done. Today is a session to definitely be doing less. And that is why I have been talking so much about, expecting that slower session. We just don't want to be overactive on a session like today. There's just not going to be a lot of edge. The market may be moving, but there's just not going to be a lot of edge for us as traders. So if you managed to post a green day, or if you stayed cash, or at the very least didn't do too much damage to your trading account, that is definitely a win for today. Now, as far as tomorrow on NQ, what are we looking for? Well, we do have that much tighter range from today. So today's range will definitely be a key watch for tomorrow. Today's low and today's high, as well as that 1925 level, that prior all-time high right through here. That is going to be the primary level of interest on watch for tomorrow's session into NFP. Pretty much just expecting, as far as overnight, just continued oscillation kind of in today's range. Ideally into NFP, prices trading right through here. That would be an ideal situation. And then we could just watch the reaction versus that level. So pretty straightforward. Going to be looking at that 19,025 level on NQ heading into NFP. And then, as always, share any needed updates post NFP in the Traders Think Tank. Let's take a look here at ES. So looking at ES today, same type of approach, right? We want to be looking for and expecting that slower session. Again, what do we have today? We have very slow day on ES. Price giving a 28-point range. Normal ATR is 55 points. 61% daily average volume. So incredibly slow. We do now have a pretty good setup if it can actually materialize tomorrow with NFP. We have that big trend day move, that big expansion bar, and then a bit of an inside day right here today. This is also known as the 1-2-3 setup. Ideally, we like to see that type of setup near an area of resistance to trigger the breakout play. And price is currently right there into that area of resistance at 53.68, which is the previous all-time high. That was also the main watch for today. That 53.68 level, you could see it holds decently off the open, but buyers really failed to show acceptance above that level. No real surprise there, considering the expectations for today. So we do see a bit of that retracement play. And for the retracement, we always want to be looking at fib retracements, right? So you could see a decent bid versus 23%, and then down into that 38%, which aligned nicely with our 53.50 downside level of interest. As far as the main watch for tomorrow here on ES, going to be looking at that 53.68 as well as today's high, just treating that like a little zone. That's going to be the primary watch heading into NFP. Can buyers continue to show that strength with a breakout here on ES? So overall, much slower session, well within the expectations that we had, but that's about it for today. We want to see how price trades versus today's range as we get into NFP tomorrow morning. Hope everyone had a great session, profitable session, or at the very least, like I said, stayed out of trouble. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Later.